All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the Sunday Sweat Club. I have on brand a very nice nurturing class with just a tiny bit of sweating planned for today. So it actually worked out really well because that's what the students requested too. We are going to begin in one of three positions because this class is for you. So either child's pose, knees wide, feet together, hands forward, or Shavasana. You can just lay down on the mat and be like, yeah, this is for me. Or last but not least, you might take a seated meditation. That's what I'm going to take purely because it's easiest for me to talk to you when I'm in a seat. If you're in a seat, you might put a bolster under your butt. If you're in Shavasana, you're welcome to keep your feet on the ground, knees bent, or put something under your knees if you have any low back pain. All right, then close your eyes once you've found your position. And just settle in. Notice if there's anywhere in your body you've been holding on to tension, maybe in the shoulders or the jaw, perhaps even in the legs or the hips. You're coming into a safe space, a relaxing space, so just allow your body to be aware of that. Sometimes our bodies can be in a state of fight or flight without us really knowing in times that it doesn't need to be, right? And so this is that first opportunity to just tell your body, hey, we're safe. We can surrender. It's okay to have my eyes closed. Briefly ask yourself, what does safety feel like in your body? And is there a time or a place, maybe somewhere in the world, somewhere in your home, that you feel really safe? And maybe you are already there, which, if so, fantastic. But if not, try to take that sensation of safety and just pull it into your physical body right now. And then now that we've got our safety in the physical body, let's take it up into your mind. Allow your mind to come from a state of what's next. As we tend to live in a constant state of preparation, right? We are planning, thinking, problem solving, but instead, tell your mind, hey, I'm safe right now. I don't need to do any of these things. Full surrender, both in the mind and the body. And if you notice thoughts creeping up, just for a little bit longer, let them go. Maybe your head can even feel a little bit lighter as it's been emptied of thoughts, emptied of stress, emptied of planning. Inhale. Exhale. Nice work. Again, breathe deep into the low abdomen. And exhale slowly out the nose. Take 4 more of the biggest breaths you've taken all day. And allow your breath to invigorate the mind and body. Still safe and surrendered, but aware. And then after your 4th breath, you can slowly open the eyes, and depending on where you are, you'll take a different journey. So we are going to meet in a seated meditation. If you're already here, great. You can just lean back and switch the cross of your legs. It should feel the awkward way, the less comfortable way. If you're not in a seat, you can slowly bring yourself up. Keep the body nice and heavy. No need to move too fast as you make your way up to the seat. And then we'll all place our hands on our knees. So I'm going to give just a little bit more time for those in Shavasana who are probably like coming up out of their coma, right? All right, and then from here, we'll move into a seated cat and cow. So a reminder, you could do this in a chair as well. We're just working with the spine. As you inhale, pull into your hands, belly comes forward, shoulders back, open the throat, squeeze your scapula together and look high. Exhale, tuck your chin and round, pull your belly button to your spine, look down towards your pelvis. Continue like this with your own breath. Try to make each one more expansive. Inhaling as you look up, opening the heart. And then tucking the chin and rounding. So everyone will be moving at different speeds, and that's great. On your inhale, when you start to look up, try to lengthen your spine, grow longer as you extend through the heart. And then when you're on your exhale, tucking your chin, try to spread your shoulder blades as far away from each other as you can. Great work. From here, you're going to add in more movement. What does that mean? This means that instead of moving front and back, start to move side to side. So now you're pushing left and right. Squeeze on the opposite side that's expanding. So if you're moving to the left, squeeze on the right side. If you're moving to the left or the right, squeeze on the left. Really trying to get those transverse abdominals engaged here. Take a few more. Sticking with the breath, inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other. And then come back to center, lengthen the spine, make it neutral. Now my favorite part is we're going to start creating a circle with the spine. If you've ever done Kundalini, this would be more familiar to you. You'll push your belly forward first, roll the shoulders back, and then move your body over to the right. Once you get to the right, bend the spine back, take your cat variety, and then move over to the left and open the heart forward. So essentially just creating one big circle as you lean. I'm going to give you the option to go as fast or as slow as you like. One more time. For me, my goal is just to try and feel every area of the spine as I'm moving. So take 2 more in this direction at whatever speed you've chosen. And then when you're done with the 2, take it in the opposite direction. You probably got about, let's say, 8 in the opposite direction. Really Grounding through the hips, not allowing your butt cheeks to lift up off of the mat. The inclination is they will kind of try that, so make sure your sits bones are nice and firm. Continue opening the throat and looking high as you move forward. Tucking the chin, look towards the pelvis as you move back if possible. All right, we should be almost even. Take 2 more in this direction. All right, back to center, whole new spine. Take a moment, just close your eyes and sit. Feel any energy, any warmth that has been created. If you are feeling warmth, also, where is it? Pinpoint that spot, take a breath in. And exhale, lean back, bring your hands on the ground behind you, fingertips point forward and feet come out in front of you. Let's take a nice bear seat and then just drop the legs to one side and drop the legs to the other. Getting blood flow back into the legs if you were one of those that have been sitting the entire time. That's a long seated meditation. And back over. Inhale, lift up. Zip your legs together. Keep your hands on the ground and then just lift one foot off the ground. Lift the other foot off the ground. We're kind of in a boat pose, but nice and supported. Pull the core in. Hold. 3, 2, great. Keep your hands where they are. 1. Inhale, try to straighten the legs if you can. And then lower real slow down to the ground. Drag your hands forward and fold right into this position. Lucky enough, that was enough to make me sweat. We could really just relax the rest of the class because, I mean, we did it. We sweat, at least on this end. Let your head be heavy, hands be heavy. Breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, roll back up, slide your hands backwards and reposition them back where they were. So fingertips pointing forward, shoulders roll back, start to lean back, and then lift one knee up, lift the other knee up. Hold in Navasana version, option to stay here or stay here, option to reach the hands forward and lift up. If you're crazy, maybe you straighten the legs and scream. Apparently I can do this today. Most days I can't, so I'm gonna hold it for 3, 2, yep, it's as terrible as it looks. 1, take a breath in. And then wherever you are, you're going to lower the legs, slide the hands forward and fold right back into that forward fold. One more time. Breath in. And a breath out. Once more, inhale. Exhale. All right, one more time. Lean back, fingertips point forward. Lift one foot. Maybe you try and do this with legs straight. Lift the other foot. Option to keep the hands here on the ground or the toes on the ground. Maybe you lift, take hands forward. Last time. Breathe steadily. So try to keep the breath nice and even though you're holding boat pose. You're a beautiful boat. Strong, sturdy boat for 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Feet come down. Wrap your hands around your shins this time. Inhale, lift up. Then you're going to make your way to a tabletop pose. Hands can come forward, kick the feet around, or maybe you have a really inventive way how to do it without your hands. Eventually we'll meet knees on the mat, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Pull your belly button to your spine and walk your knees towards one another. So knees come nice and close. And then on your next inhale, extend your right leg back and push into your right heel. Big stretch on the right calf. If you have any pressure on the wrists, you could keep your hands, et voila, a bit further forward, and then you'll change that angle. Instead of being a closed angle, it'll be a bit more open. From here, belly button to spine, lift the foot up, and then kick the foot over to the left side. So it's going to crisscross over your left leg. Then look at your left foot and push your butt over to the right. So side bend again, trying to crunch through the left side of your body. Just push back into that heel one more time, sway side to side. Opening the right side of the body, ribs expanding. Inhale, come back to center. Lift up off the back toe. Pull the belly in. Exhale, knees together, tabletop pose. Right away, inhale, extend left leg back and push into the heel. Once more, find that stretch. Maybe you close your eyes. And then come forward again. Pull belly button to spine, lift the foot up. Kick the foot over to the right side, so it crisscrosses behind that leg, and then bend, look over at your left foot on the right, expanding through the left side of the ribs, crunching through the right side. So really find that side crunch. Hold there. Option to push through the heel to see if you can even find a stretch as you bend. 3, 2, and 1. Come forward, inhale, lift up. Exhale, take your knees together. All right, we're moving on to frog pose. So if you need padding under the knees, now is the time to grab it. I'm going to spin sideways on the mat. You don't have to, but essentially what we'll do is we'll spin, or we'll push the knees out as far as we can get them to the sides. Hip stays high and really find a stretch. Now, sometimes what happens in class is people have their butt really far back, like child's pose. We don't want that. We actually want the hips in line with the knees, not too far forward either, like that's not a pose, so we don't want that one either. So find this middle ground in your frog. As I mentioned, you could put a pillow under the belly or several pillows that you could hug. If that doesn't work for you, then you'll have your hands on the ground and just brace yourself. Now, the reason we're going to do this for a little bit of a longer hold today is because a lot of times when we are constantly tensing through the physical body or even the mental, we are unable to fully relax. And this pose, I think, is a wonderful representation of that, because most of the time what happens is when we try to get into it, we tense up immediately. We're like, oh my God, I'm going to get in this deep stretch. This is too much. And so instead of tensing today, I ask you to relax. If you find this pose is too much for you right now, I do want to offer an alternative. If you don't want to be on your knees, you could also be on your back. Take your hands on your knees, and then same concept, just spread the legs as wide as you can with your hands. So you're mimicking the pose on your back. 2 options. One is more intense than the other. Now, whatever you have chosen, close your eyes. And even though you need to engage your muscles to support you, see if you can't find a space of surrender. See if you can't tell a couple of muscles just to turn off. I'm not going to keep you here for too long, but it is an intense stretch. So can you find serenity in your mind while being challenged in the physical body? I.e., can you cultivate that peace even while doing a long, deep stretch in frog? Take 4 of your slowest breaths. And then after your 4, you can slowly transition out. There are a lot of different ways to do that. One is pushing into the hands, lifting up. One is bringing the butt back. One is bringing the butt forward. If you're on your back, you can take a variety of ways to come out, but continue breathing because you shouldn't be entirely done yet. Easy move out of the posture when you're there. I think I'm almost at 4 breaths. Okay, push yourself up and out when you're ready. Oh, feel your new hips that you've just created. And then we will meet back in tabletop pose. Walk your knees together one more time. And now here's the fun part after doing a stretch like that. Push your left knee up and out to the side like you're a dog on a fire hydrant. Hold it there. What I'm asking you to do now is engage in the opposite side of the stretch. You should feel your butt cheek. If you can, drop your left butt cheek down a little bit and then try to open the knee higher. Hold there, squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Knees together. Take a breath in. And a breath out. All right, let's do the other side. Extend your right knee out. Same thing, dog on the fire hydrant. Rather than having the hip really wide and open, keep the hip drop down and then find that end of your range of motion, that cramp in your butt cheek. Remember, the butt cheek cramp means you're alive. How lucky are we to be able to experience the sensation in your butt? Hold there. 3, lift higher. 2, and 1, release, knees together. All right, 2 options. Option 1, push to child's pose if you need a rest. 2, you can come and meet me in downward facing dog. As a reminder, anytime you don't want to do down dog, you can do tabletop, child's pose. If you're in down dog, take your feet a little bit wider than normal and just pedal out through the feet, adding a bit more movement into the body. And then let the heels sink down, come to stillness. Reminder, if your heels don't touch the ground, it does not matter 1 iota. Breath in and out. All right, inhale, look forward. If you're in child's pose, you're going to meet us in a forward fold at the top of the mat in Uttanasana. Feet together. And then once you're there, inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze your scapula together. And exhale, fold. Let's take 3 of these. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Once more, lift up. And melt down. Maybe even give yourself a little tug on the ankles and pull yourself down and in. All right, next, inhale, sit your butt back, take your arms wide, push through a chair pose, come all the way to standing, reach high, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hands by your sides, Tadasana. Close your eyes. So as we go through the next movements, I encourage you to try to move softly. Once more, I know we are engaging, but can you move maybe with a little bit of fluidity, without rush? We are not in a hurry to get anywhere today. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, sweep the hands up, look up. Softly moving. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back with your right foot. Right foot comes back, a low lunge on the left. Now, option 1, stay here. Find a stretch on this hip. Your knee will be in the center of your body, so it's a little bit in the way. I agree. Option 2, if you're ready, you can inhale, come on up, crescent pose. So I know asking you to pull up to crescent isn't necessarily soft, but where can you soften into the pose? And maybe it's just your face. Hold, pull left hip back, right hip forward. Breath in. And out. One more inhale. And then exhale, sweep your hands down, look forward, bend in your back knee and take one big step forward, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, shift your weight into your right foot, step your left foot back, low lunge. So option to just stay here, find the stretch. If you like, you can inhale, sweep up softly, coming to crescent pose. Pull a right hip back, left hip forward. Sink down a bit lower. Breath in. And out. Inhale. And exhale, move down to the ground, frame your foot. Look towards your hands and then step one big step, fold, Uttanasana. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to either tabletop or downward facing dog. Two options, tabletop or down dog. Whichever you've chosen, lift your right leg high. And then kick your foot to your butt and open your hip. Oh, sometimes that feels so nice. I don't know why. This might be one of my favorite stretches. If you're in tabletop, you're doing the same thing. And feel free to even get light a little bit on that right hand, just to kind of encourage the stretch as you open. All right, close the hip, take your right leg back and high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Hold for a breath in. And then step your foot to the outside of the hand, low lunge. Now you could have your back knee down, your back knee up. Completely up to you. Pick one. So first hold, find the stretch of the legs. Find something that feels soft but powerful. Shift your weight over into your left hand, and then inhale, twist open to the right side. Push firm into your bottom hand. Inhale. Exhale. Stay where you are. Breath in. And out. Once more. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your right hand down. If your back knee was up, bring your back knee down and find a passive stretch. Sway side to side. Reminder, if you have any pressure on the wrists, you can move the hands forward and out. All right, come back to center. Curl your back toe under, lift your back knee up. Maybe you connect the knee to tricep. You could do this from tabletop too. Lift the foot, push up and back. Downward facing dog or tabletop. Let's go right into the other side. Inhale your left leg high and then kick it open, either from down dog or tabletop pose. You're welcome to take any movement. For me, sometimes it feels good to like straighten the leg and then bend it, let it flop over. Maybe you get a little light in that left hand. Take a breath in, close the hip. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Hold for an inhale. And then exhale, step the foot to the outside of the hand, low lunge. So if you took the back knee down on the other side, please take it down again. If you did not, please keep it up. Reminder for a second, you want to keep your hands in alignment. So even if they're wide, first find the hands where they are so you can. We're not going to do it yet. I'll hold for another breath in. And then shift your weight over into your right hand, lift your left hand high, twist open. So a few breaths here, exploring a longer, slower hold. Push firm into your bottom hand. Inhale. And then exhale, left hand can come down. And then you're welcome to take the back knee down, find that nice stretch. If you like and you feel pressure on the wrists, bring the hands forward and out and just sway side to side in the hips a little bit. All right, come back to center. Curl your back toe under if you like. Lift your back knee up and connect knee to tricep, maybe for a brief lift of the foot, and then push up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, plank or tabletop pose, and we'll lower down nice and easy, elbows back, 4, 3, 2, and to the belly, 1. Let's take hands out wide for our back bend today. And instead of fingertips, why don't you put your whole palm down on the ground? So wide arms. First, roll your shoulders back. So really roll back, squeeze the scapula, and then let the head follow. And maybe you take just a tiny bit of a lift. If it feels okay, you could lift a little bit higher by pushing into the hands. And then try squeezing your butt. So whatever back bend you've chosen, see if you can squeeze your butt cheeks together. And then relax your butt. Do that again. Squeeze. There's a reason I'm doing this, I promise. And relax. What do you notice? Which feels better in your body? And relax, lower all the way down to the mat. Hands come by your sides. Curl your toes under, push up to either plank or tabletop, up to you. And then curl the toes under, up and back, downward facing dog. Look forward right away and make your way to the top of the mat into a forward fold, Uttanasana. And while you're here, let's take the feet wide. So wiggle your feet out hip width distance apart. Option one, you can grab for your big toes, and you might take your knees might be really bent. That's fine. If that's what it takes to reach your toes, you can bend as much as you need, grab for your toes, or you could take gorilla pose by lifting your feet up, bringing your palms under your feet so your toes rest on your wrists. No matter what you've chosen, start to allow the head to bow forward and pull yourself down and in. Elbows will move out to the side. If you've got the thumbs or the toes are kind of like thumbs, big toes. And then see if you can't straighten your legs just a little bit more until you find that both engagement and stretch on the back of the body. Breath in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. All right, release. Then wiggle the feet together. Toes touch, sliver space between the heels. Inhale, sit your butt back, chair pose. Sweep the hands high, big transition. Exhale, hands come by your side. Tadasana, close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Reminder to just move easy, not in a rush. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, shift your weight over to your left leg, step your right foot back, and then right away, come on up into crescent pose, sweep your hands high. One more inhale. And exhale, sweep the hands down, frame the foot. Maybe you barely touch the fingers, look forward and step into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, shift your weight over into your right leg, step your left leg back, and then right away come up, crescent pose. One more breath in. And exhale, sweep the hands down, frame the foot. Again, maybe you're barely touching the fingers, step Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands this time. Step both feet back. Plank pose. Lower the knees down. And then let's take a slow count all the way to our belly. So if you want, you can do plank, but I encourage everybody to just try it this way because we're going to go from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 to the belly. Hands come out to the side. Plant the palms. Roll the shoulders back. Squeeze the scapula together. Lift up. Exhale, lower down. One more time, lift. Now, instead of really squeezing your butt cheeks or really relaxing your butt, can you find somewhere in the middle where the legs are engaged, just a little bit, feet are gently pressing into the mat. Just support of the lower body without any stress, no clenching. Breath in. Exhale, lower down. All right, curl your toes under, elbows back, push up, strong to either plank or tabletop. And then walk your hands back. You're going to come to broken toe pose just briefly. We're taking a seat back on our butts. So your opportunity to get there, you can find your way down to a seat, find a way that's really creative. And then once you're there, extend the legs out in front of you. Hands are at heart center. Sit nice and tall. If you like, you might put a cushion under your butt. If not, let's everybody sweep under your butt and pull your butt out from under you so you can feel your sits bones connect down on the mat. You should feel a little bit more supported. All right, hands come by your sides. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Whoa. Exhale, draw your right knee into your chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Don't let the foot come to the ground. You're almost there. 3, 2, perfect. 1, foot comes down. Then wrap left hand around the knee and turn over to the right side. Let's take an easy twist. A couple different varieties of the arms. This is option 1, if this feels okay. You could take option 2 and bring the foot up and over and use the elbow. Option 3 could be for the full bind if you want to reach for the hand behind the back. So listen to your body. Today I want option 1. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Get a little deeper. Again, inhale, lengthen. You're extending the spine up to the ceiling. Exhale, twist. One more time. Grow long. And twist. All right, turn back to center. Now, step your right foot out to the side. So just one big movement. Make it a little bit wider than normal. Then reach your right hand up and take peace fingers to the inside of your big toe. So you're going to grab, just like we had that forward fold with your big toe, grab for your big toe now. So from here, your tricep will be on the inside of the knee. Just check, be like, is my tricep on the inside? Because if it's not, you're not going to be able to do anything that I'm saying. Left hand can come behind you. So you might be leaning back. You might be leaning forward a little bit, or you could just have the left hand resting gently on your thigh. Just lift up and bring that foot forward. So essentially we're in a half happy baby while seated. Pull your right knee back towards your tricep as you extend. Great work. Now, it's going to get fun because I'm going to ask you to take a breath in. Keep your foot exactly where it is. Reach your right hand high. Take another breath in. Twist over to the right side. Bring your right hand to the ground behind you, keeping your foot up. Great work. Lift your left hand high if you can. I'm going to keep cueing. You stop when you want. And then exhale, take that hand to either the outside of the calf, the outside of the ankle, or maybe you can reach the foot and twist open to that right side. Now, if you're still having the time of your life, you can stay here, or you might work on straightening that leg any amount. If that feels okay, you could extend your right hand and lift it up and back, balancing. Is she going to ever stop giving options? This is the last one. Maybe you want to start to lean back on your butt and lift your left foot off the ground, hovering in this beautiful, whatever it is, twist, laughing, practicing this with joy for 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll come out just the same way we came in. So bend your knee if you haven't already. Then, best part ever, take a breath in. Release your foot with your hand, but keep your foot where it is. Left hand high. Awesome work. Left hand comes down to the ground or to your thigh. Turn forward. Extend. Right hand up. Take your fingers to your big toe. Pull and plug. Toe back in. I said same way, right? We did do this. Take another breath in. Now, release the foot one more time. Bring your right hand by your side. Extend the leg. 3, straighten it. 2, sit up tall. I'm cheating also. 1, and release. Great work. Bounce it out. Okay, and maybe you can really feel the difference between 2 legs. I definitely can. Recalibrate. Maybe you need to re-find your sits bones. Take a breath in. And then bring the hands to heart center. Option to be leaning back slightly, ideally trying to sit as straight as you can. As you inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then place that foot down onto the ground. Awesome work. Inhale your left hand high. And then twist open. Did we put this on both sides? I don't think we did. I'm going to say no. Twist on this side. We've got quite a few breaths. So remember, whatever variety you took on the first side, hopefully I didn't cue this twice, you are going to take on this side. The bind is welcome. You could also kick the foot up and around and go for the elbow. All right, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Moving just a tiny bit every time. Inhale, lengthen. And twist. All right, come back to center, unravel. And then you can take your right hand slightly behind you for support, or you could take your right hand on your thigh. Now you're going to step your left foot nice and wide. Reach your left hand high. And then lift that foot up off the ground. Oh, yep, great. We're creating that 90 degree, and bring your hands to your big toe. Perfect. So we're finding, reminder, tricep on the inside of the knee as you plug the shoulder back. I think this is called like bow and arrow because it is like you're kind of like shooting with your foot, right? You could look at your big toe if you wanted here. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Okay, inhale as you power up. Keep the foot exactly where it is. Lift your left hand high. And then exhale, twist over to the left side. Twist, twist, twist until eventually the left hand comes down to the ground. Inhale your right hand high, keeping the foot exactly where it is. My foot's shaking, I know. Exhale, right hand to the outside of the foot. Now, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to twist even more. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, maybe you start to straighten that leg. If you're still moving, you might even try to lift the left hand. If that feels okay, you could start to lean back and try to hover and lift the right leg up off of the ground. Wiggle, wobble, laugh, find joy in whatever you've chosen. Feel the sensation in your body. 3, 2, 1. Coming out same way we did in. Bring the foot down if it's up. Then bring the left hand down to the mat. Bend into the knee. Take a breath in. Now we transition out by holding the foot where it is. Inhale your right hand, lift it up. Exhale, right hand comes to the ground by your side or maybe on your thigh. Inhale, left hand high. Widen your left knee out to the side and then grab for your big toe with your fingertips. Find your bow and arrow. I'm going to have to look up the name of this at some point, so then I'm actually giving you good advice. All right, take a breath in. Hold here, reach, left hand high. Now slowly straighten the leg. Left hand can come back down by your side as you lower. 3, 2, 1 to the ground. Fantastic work, forward fold. All right, inhale, lift yourself back up. We are now putting it all together. You're probably like, Madison, we did put it together. We just did it. Guess what? There is one more little thing that we can play with. I'm going to give options to everybody. Now, option 1, which is arguably the hardest option, is you are just going to hang out in Navasana forever. So you'll come to Navasana and you'll lift the feet up. This is option 1. You don't have to do it yet because otherwise you're going to be here a really long time while explaining. So that's option 1. Option 2 is you're going to step your feet wide, lean forward, and grab for your big toes with your peace fingers. So once more, make sure your knees are not in your chest. They are to the side and your arms are in the middle, right? So your triceps are in between your knees. Give yourself space. So the knees are on the outside of their arms. I'm saying that multiple times just to make sure. All right, from here, you might lift one foot up. So you already did this halfway. From here, you might try and lift the other foot up. And then here's where it gets really silly and ridiculous. If you feel like it, I'm going to have to spin or move slightly so I don't hit this chair. You might try to straighten one leg and then straighten the other. Woo! Now, in order to do this, you'll need to pull into the arms. So actually pull your arms into your feet and then pull your belly forward and try to push through the heels. If you come out, that's fine. Maybe last thing you want to try is once the legs are wide, you zip them into the midline, pull the feet up, chest comes towards the shins. Reminder, if you're just holding here, you're crushing it because this is a lot of work. You've probably taken at least one break, right? Whatever you're doing, try to hold for 2 more breaths. Ideally, there's not a round in your low back. You're extending through the spine. Chest comes forward. Lift through the chest. Open the heart. Bend in the elbows, try to bring your forehead to your shins and laugh at the idea of how ridiculous that is. 3, 2, fantastic work. 1, come on out, shake it out. I'm going to give the option, if you would like, to try that one more time. Once you've had a break, you might want to give it a go one more time. I'm going to let you do that on your own time. I won't cue it because we have a little bit of, now we're slowing down. So if you would like to do that again, please move into it one more time, give it a shot. If you are like, nah, Madison, I think I've had enough of that, you're too weird, we're going to come down to the back and you will just work through either a series of 3 bridge poses, lifting up 3 times, each time a little bit higher, so you get to time it, or a supported bridge. You could put something under your low back. So either with a lot of energy or grab a pillow and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna rest. If you're still trying our peak pose, I love you and take all the time you need. Those of you who are lifting in bridge, remember to try to gently tug your heels towards your hips as you lift up towards the sky. I am going to take one with a pillow under my back and just chill. So no matter what you have chosen or how you're moving, allow yourself to languish in the remainder of the class. It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be crazy. So how can you suck every bit of joy, every bit of relaxation out of the rest of class? Once you're finished with your series of 3 bridges, we will all meet with the low back down on the mat. Those of you in supported bridge, if you're loving it, you could just stay in supported bridge. I'm not going to tell you otherwise. That's option 1. Option 2, we'll move into an easy twist. We've done a lot of twisting today. So you could take knees together 90 degrees and just kick them over to the left side, or any other twist that sounds good in your body. If you're twisting, move up and over onto the other side. Reminder to allow the muscles in your shoulders to relax down to the mat. I care less about your knees coming to the ground and just more about the full spinal twist, connection of the head and shoulders. All right, and then come back up. A few options, forever the options. Option 1, you might go right into Shavasana. If you're ready to rest, you could get prepared and go into Shavasana. We are going to have a little bit of a longer one, so that would mean you probably get at least a 7-minute Shavasana today. Option 2, if you have space in your room, I'm not sure if you will, but you are welcome to take legs up the wall, which is probably one of my favorite stretches ever. I'm going to demo in the corner over here and try to show you. So if you can see me back here in the back of the room, what you'll do is you'll come to a seat next to your wall. So bump your hip as close as you can to the wall. You could move a mat, you don't need a mat. Bump your hip as close as you can, and then what you'll do is bring the hands backwards, spin your butt up and around, and bring your legs up into the wall, and you'll just wiggle your butt as close as you can get it to the wall, and then palms can come up by your sides or over your head, or maybe hands to the heart. So this is an option for a temporary hold or for your replacement for Shavasana, if you would like to do that. The last option is any other movement you would like to take. You have about 2 minutes. So if you would like to do a shoulder stand to a plow, you are warmed up enough for that, given what we did today, or any other thing that might serve you. I love legs up the wall. The idea is really to make it a restorative pose. So if that's what you've chosen, let the legs relax. I will let you know when you have about 30 more seconds. Close your eyes no matter what you're doing. And turn inward. One of my favorite things about Shavasana is that it allows us or gives us permission to truly do nothing. Nothing is the goal. If you're a goal-oriented person like me, then it helps to have someone tell me that nothing, yes, indeed is the goal. Because most of our day can be filled with everything. If you are in legs up the wall, begin to make your way to Shavasana. You're welcome to stay there as well. If you're happy, just stay. But if you're ready to move towards your Shavasana, you can make it. If you're moving, please come there as well. And I think a lot of the reason that I love Shavasana so much is that society or the world tells us we need to be productive. And when we internalize that, we start to think that that is all we need. So today in Shavasana, please let this be a reminder that you don't need to be productive. Sometimes the thing you need more than anything is slowing down, is rest. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more time, big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Shavasana. And please, for the next few minutes, just do nothing. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. You are welcome to stay here and do nothing for as long as you like. But if you are ready to move out of your practice and move into your day with softness, with safety and peace, you can begin by reawakening your body with small, subtle movements. And then you can allow those movements to get larger. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, stretch the arms above your head. If you still have your legs up on the wall, take your time by drawing one knee to the chest and the other. And if you're in Shavasana, you'll eventually do the same thing, pulling one knee into the chest and the other. And then everyone will roll over onto their favorite side. Taking a moment to transition out of the practice and then push up into a seated meditation, facing the sound of my voice. Once you're there, let's keep the eyes closed. You can take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Inhale. And exhale, bow your chin to seal your practice. Bringing with you all of the peace, all of the softness, and no urgency. And then lift your head back up. Slowly open the eyes, get reacquainted with your space. Thank you all. Fantastic work today. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, enjoy your Sunday, and I will see you next week for the Sunday Sweat Club.